Yo, what's up guys, welcome back next to Cross-Banlist Cup. So back again at Group D, we have, as I've read back a couple of weeks ago when we had the match between Exodia and Blood, that Exodia, you know, basically, I think the oldest deck ever in this year, but also in the previous years of the Cross-Banlist Cup. And that made it so that it's kind of like an awkward situation. Because that's basically, like, this particular Exodia list features some pre-errata cards. I'm looking at Witch, looking at Sangan, that will trigger when they are sent from the hand from the grave to the graveyard, for example. Last Will also, it has its pre-errata, it were basically an unlimited amount of times during the same turn, etc. So crazy deck, tier 0 for a good reason. It was also basically the deck that cost, I was about to say the first ban list, but that's not true. It's basically the second ban list, if I remember correctly, where all the Exodia pieces were limited and so on. And you know, eventually cards got errated. Okay, so intriguing this one. It's Exodia taking on Zombie TeleDAD. So I have no clue which deck has the advantage. You would say, and I would have, at least as I read in the comment section from the the predictions and so on, is that Exodia is probably the title candidate, at least for the upper part, because it's so ridiculous. But we'll see, right? So Zombie TeleDAD goes first, and this is a solid opening hand. If the deck has, well, normally you would, at least you don't really want to set up your, during your first turn, right? Establishing or pumping out resources, investing resources in a big board. Then again, if you have access to a card of safe return, let alone 2 cards of safe return, you can definitely invest some resources. You go for starters for more protection, all in defense, you know how that goes. We saw previously that because, you know, due to Last Will, you could crash into your opponent's monster. Let's say if it's a Witch, search an Exodia piece, use Last Will, special summon, and you could keep crashing with the same monster or different monsters, but because of the same Last Will over and over. My hand going second, not the best. You have the Exodia pieces, Cannon Soldier, already have Last Will, but this wasn't an out. I mean, wasn't able to get me through that. And something that was noted previously is that because this is a deck from 1999 and the opening of the rule, I guess, of opening with the 6th card, you know, drawing your 6th card in your opening turn, it only got implemented in 2000, so some time post this Exodia list, so thanks for the heads up. So that was changed. So Exodia is only allowed to open with 5 cards, but having access to triple Pot of Greed, triple Graceful Charity, and of course the fact that the deck can, I mean, stuff like Witch and Sangan can trigger when they are discarded off of Graceful Charity is kinda toxic, it's kinda broken, it's kinda overpowered if you ask me. Okay, so game number 3, 1-1, going second again. This is less powerful as the board as we've seen before, so there are some chances. Thunder Dragon could potentially turn on a Last Will, so let's see how this one plays out. The problem here is it's a, how do you say it, like, it needs some guts, maybe to activate at least Solemn Judgment on Graceful Charity, but I guess it could make sense. You know, prevent those 3 draws plus potential to 3 discards. And as you saw, like this Exodia part, at least this particular Exodia list is side-taking stuff like Darkle, Geki, Duster, so it could kind of make sense to use your Solemn Judgment on that move. Thunder King is strong, prevents again the searches from Witch and Sangan, and again the Duster, one of those Dusters, forces out a Judgment. The Tribute to the Doomed forces out another Judgment, protecting Thunder King. That's definitely needed because of, again, no searches. And I think I search Cannon Soldier if I potentially draw a Last Will, but Monster Reborn plus normal summon, and I actually go for a game with, you know, by damage, not using the Exodia win condition. So 2-2. Okay, let's see. Going second again, and Thunder King pass. That's strong. Again, no searches, so let's see. Pot of Greed to draw. Again, like Pot and Graceful at least gives me more answers for a potential Thunder King, right? Tribute to the Doom, to Dark Old Geki. And I do draw Geki, so that's fine. Get a couple of searches, was able to use Thunder Dragon before, again thinning the deck basically. Last Will, which eventually is able to trigger already because of the discard of Thunder Dragon, but now, yeah, Cannon Soldier, Sangan, so this is GG, this is game. Again, Last Will wasn't restricted to once per turn, so you can keep using it during the same turn, and Cannon Soldier always destroying or tributing the Sang or Witch to get you a search, and that's FTK/OTK basically for you. So that's how ridiculous, you know, pre-errata Yu-Gi-Oh was back in the old school days, in the really old school days. So really cool, like refreshing, even though it's disgusting. So yeah, anyway, next matchup for the last two duels, we are heading towards the next one here in this particular group. We have Dark Matter versus Blood, so feel free to leave your predictions. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Riddim signing out. Peace.